This is Max Shears for Pro Boxing Fans. I'd like to be joined, as always, by Frank Warren. Your man got the job done tonight. I mean, I saw you speaking to Steve Bunce. 12 rounds, is it good just to get him back and get the round?
Yeah, I think, he's been out the ring, what is it, for nearly 20 months now, I think, whatever the time is, and to get that rust out of his system, it was good to do that. He's in with an awkward guy, tough guy, very tough guy, and but he done what he had to do and got the win, and on to the next one down the road. The next one will be AJ.
I know you need to walk out, but I imagine... Okay, well, good. When you spoke to Tyson before, and I know you will have not overlooked Arslanbek Makhmudov, but how much of a test did he expect? And do you think Makhmudov gave him that tonight?
I think he's a tough sod, and he can bang, and he had to be on his, he had to be wary of that, and he was, he obviously he was up for it, but Tyson's got too much skill for him, and I didn't like all the times when he kept holding, he was holding and whatever, but. Look, for me, it was important Tyson got some some rounds under his belt.
There was so much talk about Tyson before the fight. Obviously, we heard about John Fury saying that his legs have been gone and things. But for you, as his promoter, did you see enough in there to make these big fights next?
There's no problem with his legs. He beat the number 5 guy in the world.
He called out Anthony Joshua straight away. I imagine for you, for Eddie, for all of these guys, this is the fight to make. And I imagine when you speak to Tyson, is this the one that he's wanted and he wants now?
He made it very clear what he wanted, Tyson, didn't he? And that's it. And I think the crowd also made it very clear what they wanted. So let's hope we get it on.
There's been a lot of talk about AJ maybe having a warm-up or maybe fighting Wilder. Your team Fury, do you think it's straight into it now, fight Tyson?
That's what I would prefer to happen and just get it on and done. But I can't speak for AJ.
Would there be 2 fights? I know it's really looking ahead now, but would it be a rematch, or do you think Tyson would look for going for them world titles?
Get the fight on and then see what happens afterwards.
So do you think Tyson would look at world titles, or is it just Anthony Joshua? That's the only thing.
Sit around waiting. I mean, he wants to fight, and he's ready to go. He made that very clear tonight.
What did you make of Conor Benn's performance tonight?
I didn't see it. I need sort of work because I was in the dressing room with Tyson. Listen, he fought a guy who was a good fighter. He's still not a bad fighter, but he's not a natural at that weight. And I think he gave him a few problems. He's got good work rate, Conor, and whatever, but he got banged up, didn't he? Badly banged up in the fight, 2 cuts. I think it was. I don't think it was a great day in the office for him, but it is what it is. I've got a couple of fighters if they want to make with him. We've got a couple of fighters on our roster that I would make in a heartbeat with him.
Just last one, Frank. I spoke to Tyson before the fight. He said it's obvious that he's the best on the planet. Your team, Tyson, I know that's not Tyson's level there tonight in Makhmudov, and he'll obviously look better against better opposition, but where do you see Tyson Fury in these, when you compare him to the other heavyweights? And you've got most of them.
Well, I see him as being what he is, a 2-weight world champion who's still got a lot to give and showed it. And I think at the end of the day, that fight has done him a wealth of good to get that rust out of his system.